Okay, I think I am live on air now. Just let me refresh this YouTube video. Okay, I don't know if anybody can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Oh, here we go. Let me, Okay, guys, I think you can hear me okay now. Please just let me know. Okay, guys, I think you can hear me okay. And let me just test the audio of the game. So I'll let the game running for a bit. Then go on the home menu, and I'll just turn this up. Okay, yes, it looks like the audio of the game is working now, and it looks like I am live on air. So hello everybody, welcome. Today is Sunday, it's the 9th of March 2025, and this afternoon I'm here with a different kind of stream. So I'm going to be playing on Banjo Kazooie this afternoon, but as far as playing the game and getting through the main game goes, I'm not massively keen on getting the game beaten this afternoon or anything. I have no goal in mind as far as that is concerned. But what I would like to do on this stream this afternoon is talk about the infamous stop and swap feature in Banjo Kazooie. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of it. Hello Crowshaw, hope you're doing okay. And as you can see, I'm currently not on webcam this afternoon just because it is quite sunny outside, so I don't think you would be able to see me clearly on webcam. But yes, the purpose of this game isn't to get through, this stream isn't to get through the levels in Banjo Kazooie. It's just to have a chill and talk about the infamous stop and swap feature. And there are quite a few things I want to discuss and quite a few things that I want to show you that you may or may not be aware of. So if you do join the stream this afternoon, thank you and I hope you enjoy. Yes, not too bad, thank you, Crowshaw. Hope you're doing okay today. So, as you can see here, I'm starting off right next to Shark Food Island, and I've used the Sandcastle code to raise Shark Food Island. Now, it's a bit of a shame that I've not got a Nintendo 64 at present, so I've got to stream it on the Switch, but with the Switch I can use the capture card and it's better technology, so you get a clearer view of the game. But let's just go to the top of Shark Food Island. So just going into Stop and Swap, the idea was that at the end of Banjo Kazooie, there was a secret ending if you collected all 100 Jiggies. And if you collected all 100 Jiggies, Mumbo showed you a series of Polaroids. Now, these Polaroids revealed 2 secret areas, well, technically 3, and within each secret area was a secret item, but there was no indication on how to get to the secret areas or what the items do. And Mumbo stated at the end of the game that you would have to wait for the sequel, Banjo-Tooie. So this is one example, and this is in Treasure Trove Cove. So in Treasure Trove Cove, if Shark Food Island is raised, you go to the top here, and there is a purple egg sitting here. I've already collected it on the save file, but once you collect the egg, let me scroll to the end. So this new menu unlocks called Stop and Swap, and in Shark Food Island, it's this pink egg, which is the second egg. So that's one. What I can actually do in this stream is go and use the sandcastle codes to get the remaining items. So let's see what we've gotten so far. So we've gotten the cyan egg, the pink egg, and the blue egg. I believe the next ones are in Mad Monster Mansion. So yeah, at the end of Banjo-Kazooie, once we collected all 100 jiggies, we were sort of left on a bit of a cliffhanger because we still had these secret items and nobody knew what to do with them or how to access them. And we had no choice but to wait for the sequel, Banjo-Tooie, which would be released in the year 2000. However, when Banjo-Kazooie released, well, for some people it was 2000, for some it was 2001, but when Banjo-Tooie released, we were able to obtain the secret items, the 2 eggs and the ice key in Waz's cave, but it was implied that in Banjo-Tooie, it was still not the right way you were supposed to obtain them, because they were there in the game and still present within Banjo-Kazooie, and it left a lot of people confused. Just let me go into the sandcastle here, and let me get rid of this crap. So yeah, so the 2 eggs and the ice key were obtainable in Banjo-Tooie, but they were still sitting there in your Banjo-Kazooie cartridge, and we had no idea how to obtain them in Banjo-Kazooie. And yeah, it left fans wondering that there might have been a lot more to the story. And indeed there was. What I'm going to do now is type in this sandcastle code. So cheat. So this code I'm going to try now is Amidst the Haunted Gloom, a secret in the bathroom. The Haunted. Is it a secret in the bathroom or the secret in the bathroom? I think it's a secret in the bathroom. These sandcastle codes are so long-winded. Okay, that didn't work, so it must be the secret in the bathroom. So, yeah, we were still, like, even though we had the items in Banjo Tooie, we still were unable to obtain these eggs and the ice key in Banjo Kazooie. And it left fans wondering, like, there was much more to the story, and we were led to believe that originally there was, or we went to that there was a time when we would go to Banjo Tooie and either you get a sandcastle code or we'd be shown a cutscene of Banjo Kazooie in Banjo Tooie, and then we go back to Banjo Kazooie and the secret areas would be unlocked and we would be able to obtain the eggs and the ice key. But yeah, that never actually ended up happening. So let's try it again. I'd missed the haunted gloom. In the bathroom. That didn't work either. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the code up on the cutting room floor. Hang on. Hello, Blue Hedgehog. Hope you're doing okay today. Just talking a little bit about Stop and Swap today on this stream. I need to get the sandcastle codes up. So I do need to show you this article on the cutting room floor actually, because you might find it interesting. So I'll type in Banjo Kazooie the cutting room floor. Okay, here we go, and there is actually a page dedicated to Stop and Swap. Here we go. Oh, it is amidst. I've spelled amidst. No, that's what it is. Let me copy and paste this link into the chat. Okay guys, what I'm doing, I'm copying and pasting an article about Stop and Swap from the cutting room floor, and I think you'll find that quite interesting. But I'm going to go back into the sandcastle and I'm going to use the cheat code to get the green egg in Mad Monster Mansion. But yes, so going back to what I was talking about earlier, we still didn't know how to unlock the secret areas in Banjo Kazooie, even after playing through Banjo Tooie. So the 2 eggs and the ice key were present in Banjo Tooie, and you were able to collect them. But so the 2 eggs unlocked a couple of extra features. One, I believe, was the Breagle Bash, and another one was Jinjo in multiplayer, which were 2 nice little add-ons, but nothing essential to beat the game. There was another one, I believe the yellow egg was also in Banjo Tooie, which, and one of the eggs unlocked homing eggs. So yeah, 3 sort of okay features, but nothing essential to beat the game. Now, the ice key was the most interesting one. In Banjo Tooie, if you collected the ice key, which was in like a vault in the oh no, who was it who had the ice key? It was in Halefair. Oh no, the ice key was in Isle of Hags, the first part of Jinjo Village. So you'd smash open the game pack and it would reveal the ice key. Now, you take the ice key to the vault in Halefair Peaks, and it would unlock a special Globo. And this Globo could be used, you could take it to Humba, and you get a special transformation, and she would transform Kazooie into a dragon. And again, not essential, but quite cool. To have Kazooie as a dragon. She can now breathe fire. So that was a nice little reward from collecting the ice key. But the question still remains, how do you get them in Banjo Kazooie? And Rare didn't give us any answers, and it was left to the fans and a community called the Rare Witch Project to give us some answers. So I'll carry on with the story once I've typed this code in. So it's AMIDST. Oh, hang on, I did that wrong, didn't I? I'll go back again. Originally, I wanted to do this last year. I had a stream planned talking about Stop and Swap last year, but the problem is I was using a ROM at the time, and after looking, it wasn't the right kind of technology. I feel this is much better doing it on the Switch. So AMIDST. And then another THE. Gloom. A secret in the bathroom. Yes, here we go. So here's the green egg in Mad Monster Mansion, sitting quite comfortably on Logo the toilet. So, yes, so after you already played on the game for your channel, oh, that's cool, I'll have to check that stream out. So yeah, yes, going back to the story. So the items in Banjo-Tooie were obtainable, and they were used for something, but we didn't know what to do with them. Well, we didn't know how to get them in Banjo-Kazooie. So it was left to the community to try and find some answers. And back in the day, there was a website called the Rare Witch Project. And one thing that I find quite interesting, a lot of you probably won't know this, is that Subdrag and Ice Mario, you may be familiar with them, but they actually, back in the day, they were from my area. Like, they lived, they I don't know if they still do, but they live in the city where I'm from. So I found that quite interesting. But yes, Subdrag and Ice Mario used a Game Shark and looked through the coding in Banjo-Kazooie, and they found not one, not two, not three, but 7 new sandcastle codes, and one sandcastle code I just used. So yes, these sandcastle codes helped us to get the eggs and get the ice key. So that we thought afterwards maybe it would do something, maybe we can swap them up over to Banjo-Tooie, but unfortunately, even after getting these sandcastle codes, we were able to obtain the items, but the items still didn't do anything. The only thing it did in the game was unlock a new menu called Stop and Swap, and let me go into that menu now. So this is the Stop and Swap menu, and as you can see, I have collected 3 eggs so far, but I am on the way to Mad Monster Mansion to collect the 4th egg. So, yes, even though it still left a lot of interesting questions. One of them was that in the secret ending, Mumbo only revealed 3 secret areas. Shark Food Island, the door behind Gobi's Desert, and the ice wall in Waz's Cave that had the ice key. However, the Sandcastle codes revealed that there weren't 3 secret items, but 7 in total. And in total there are 6 eggs and an ice key. And I am gonna go and collect one of these green eggs now in Mad Monster Mansion. Also, again, guys, apologies I'm not on webcam this afternoon. It is just quite bright and sunny outside, and I don't think you would be able to see me clearly. I think it might be this room here. So this is Mad Monster Mansion. So here we go, this is the infamous Stop and Swap fanfare, which is played every time you appear in a secret, well, not a secret area, but an area with an egg or the ice key. And this theme is also used in Donkey Kong 64, which I'm gonna go on to shortly. Okay, so I collected the green egg there, but notice there was no dialogue that time. Now, sometimes when you collect a secret egg, you'll get dialogue from either Banjo or Kazooie, and Kazooie would say something like, "Oh, cool, another one of those secret eggs, I wonder what it's used for." And if you collect the ice key, Banjo would say, "Cool, a giant ice key." Now, one thing you might not be aware of is if you collect one of these secret items through hacking or Game Shark, you don't get that dialogue. You get a random bit of text from Mumbo saying, "Mumbo, get new stick, this not work well." So the coding in the game can tell if you've obtained the secret items properly. So I am now going to go back to Treasure Trove Cove. Oh, actually, before I do, let me show you this area in Mad Monster Mansion. So in Mad Monster Mansion there are actually 2 secret eggs, which I find quite interesting. One of which is on Logo, which is the green egg, and there is also another egg in the cellar. I've already collected the egg on this save file, but let me go into the cellar and show you the area. Here we go, this is the area with the cyan egg. Now, what I find quite... is this the haunted house? Well, yes, this is Mad Monster Mansion, it's actually one of my favourite levels in the game, this is. So let me view totals and show you the stop and swap menu. So yeah, the cyan egg is the first egg in this menu, which I find interesting. It's not Treasure Trove Cove. It's kind of led to believe that you're supposed to collect the cyan egg first, and I have some evidence which I'm gonna show you later on in the stream that shows that even further. But I believe that you were supposed to collect the cyan egg first of all, because I feel like the cyan egg wouldn't actually reward you with anything, but I feel like the cyan egg triggers the stop and swap mechanism. That's what I believe. But I'll show you the evidence a bit later on, and you might find it interesting. So I haven't actually unlocked Rusty Bucket Bay yet. I don't think I've opened the world. But I have enough jiggies to do so I can at least go and get that red egg. Okay, so now I will go, first before I open up Rusty Bucket Bay, I will go and go back to Treasure Trove Cove. So, yes, going back to the story, the Rare Witch Project members Subdrag and Ice Mario found the Sandcastle codes, and we were able to obtain the eggs and the ice key. They unlocked a new menu called Stop and Swap, but beyond that, the items still didn't do anything. And then I think a lot of people back then just thought, oh well, it was an idea that they had where they planned to trade items between Kazooie and Tooie. It would unlock a few extra things, but ultimately the idea got scrapped. So that's what people believed for many years. So I'm going to go back to Treasure Trove Cove, and I'm going to type the Sandcastle code in to reveal the red egg in the captain's cabin. I'm going to talk as well a little bit about Banjo Tooie and some other references to Stop and Swap very quickly. So I could actually go into Banjo Tooie on Nintendo Switch Online and show you actually. So in Banjo Tooie there is a very interesting area in Jolly Roger's Lagoon, the fourth world in the game. Now in Jolly's bar you have Jolly's bar, but at the end of the bar is another room. And in this room, there is a character who Banjo and Kazooie encounter. Now, this character is called Captain Black Eye. But interestingly enough, in this room, there are pictures, three pictures in fact, of Treasure Trove Cove. And one picture in particular is of Shark Food Island, and the other is of the secret pink egg. So this code that I need here, the secret you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin. This secret you grabbing in the captain's cabin. I just needed to check it was in and not inside. So just cabin now, CABIN. Okay, I must have made a spelling mistake there because that didn't work properly again, so let me go back out. But yes, I still find that area in Jolly's Bar and Banjo Tooie very interesting, mainly because of the two pictures of Shark Food Island and the pink egg. But once again, with Captain Black Eye, he doesn't really do much in Banjo Tooie. You just need to deliver him two of them special coins, and he's like, what I find as well, like he's asking for some water, but there's no way to actually find any water for him or give him any water. So that's another unsolved mystery. But yeah, that room has Stop and Swap all over it. So it's BBIN. In the captain's cabin. I think I might have missed the eye out last time. Yes, here we go. This is the red egg in the captain's cabin in Rusty Bucket Bay. So that's the right cheat code there. So now I think I need to actually open up Rusty Bucket Bay, because it looks like I've not opened it yet, but I have enough jiggies anyway. And I also have enough jiggies to open up Click Clock Wood, I think. But yes, so going back to Banjo Tooie and the Jolly Spar, Captain Black Eye was there. He didn't really do much except he was asking them for water, but there was no way to find any kind of water for him. There were pictures of Shark Food Island and Treasure Trove Cove in that little room, and his dialogue is, "I had a dream once, a bear stole my glory, he looked a bit like you, he did." But eventually we found that Captain Black Eye used to be in the prototype version of Banjo-Kazooie, which was called Project Dream, and there are so many documentaries on it now. There's gameplay footage. The game wasn't actually Banjo-Kazooie. The characters were different. You played this sort of like the character who looks a little bit like Link. His name was Edison. He had a sword, but Captain Black Eye was the main villain of that game. However, there is, if you go on Twitter, I believe, somebody who used to work with Rare who may have a prototype version of that game. And if I had the money, if I saw it on eBay, I would instantly buy that game. I would spend all the money in the world to be able to get that prototype working. If I had the money. So, still talking about Banjo-Tooie for a little bit. So, as well as Jolly Spar, the Rare Witch Project also found a couple of interesting things within the coding of Banjo-Tooie. And the main interesting things that they found were text, some text that you couldn't see in the game, but also, yes, text that was present within the coding of Banjo-Tooie. I need to go and hit that switch, don't I? So I need to transform into a pumpkin and raise this water level. Yeah, I haven't opened up Rusty Bucket Bay yet, have I? Let me get that Mumbo token. So yeah, a few other things that the Rare Witch Project found in Banjo-Tooie's memory. They found a string of text called Gruntolda's Lair, the Tower Room. Now, in Banjo-Tooie, you can access Gruntolda's Lair, but you can only access the main entrance, and in the entrance there isn't much there except for Cheeto. and it's how you get the cheat codes from Cheetah. Oh, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else in there where you can't venture further than the ramps, but yes, there is still text present in the game called Gruntilda's Lair, the Tower Room. And I think it might have been a couple of years ago, there were people who were able to have a bit of a deeper look in the design of Banjo-Tooie, and people realised that there was actually a unfinished alcove in the window of Gruntilda's Lair. So at some point in Banjo-Tooie originally, you were able to smash the window on the tower open and go into the tower room. You actually had a glitching moment in this game. Mind you, I didn't stream this on Nintendo Switch Online. That's great. You streamed the original version. That's cool. I wish I could, but I feel like you wouldn't be able to see the TV properly. Oh yes, I need to go back to Mad Monster Mansion and transform into a pumpkin, don't I? How many jiggies have I got in Mad Monster Mansion? Oh, I've got 8 out of 10. Another bit of text that the Rare Witch Project found in Banjo-Tooie was a string of text called the Ridiculously Secret Area 1. And the Ridiculously Secret Area 1 was on the list of silos. So you know how in Banjo-Tooie how you jump into the silos? There were a few pieces of extra text actually. There was Silo 8, Silo 9, and Ridiculously Secret Area 1. And that got the imagination of fans like screaming. People who like enjoy Banjo-Tooie, they were like, "Oh, let's go and find this like ridiculously secret area," even though chances are it probably was a bit of a joke from there. So yeah, the tower room was probably a real area planned at some point. And yeah, the ridiculously secret area 1 was probably a joke. But in the tower room, a lot of people believe now it's the transformation room. You know the room in Banjo-Kazooie with the 2 doors? I can't actually show you at the moment because I've not gotten that far yet. But yeah, it's the room in Banjo-Kazooie with the 2 doors and that weird machine. Well, the machine that transforms Gruntilda in that cutscene. But people also speculated the tower room may have had something to do with Stop and Swop. So I'm gonna go back out now and I'm gonna open up Rusty Bucket Bay. So for those of you joining me this afternoon, guys, hello, welcome, thank you. The purpose of this stream isn't to try and beat Banjo-Kazooie or to beat a level or to play through the main game. I am here this afternoon just talking about Stop and Swop for a little bit because I think it's still a subject that interests me greatly. And if you click on the link of the cutting room floor article, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about on that article shortly. Oh, okay, I've not unlocked the gate. So I need to go back to Banjo Kazooie. So yeah, for the time being, once we put a lid on the whole tower room and Banjo Tooie ridiculously secret area 1 and Banjo Tooie, once we put the lid on that, that was pretty much it for a couple of years. Again, we just thought it was like a scrap feature. Maybe the technology was too advanced for the time. But yeah, that was it. But it didn't stop people from looking further into other rare games. And one game that the Rare Witch Project did look into a bit further is Donkey Kong 64. Let me just save and quit. So yes, fans also got to work on Donkey Kong 64. They looked within Donkey Kong 64, Donkey Kong 64's coding, and it was a member of the Rare Witch Project called Rune Hero, and he actually found something very interesting in Donkey Kong 64. He found the text Ice Key. No, actually. Subdragonized Mario found the text Ice Key in the coding, but Rune Hero actually found it on the menu of Donkey Kong 64. You know, the Totals menu. Oh, also, I want to show you something that you might not be aware of, so let me reset the game, and this is related to Stop and Swap. So here we have the Nintendo 64 menu. So, from this save point, you know when the Nintendo 64 logo begins to shrink, this is when the Stop and Swap items are registered in the game's memory. Now, if you go on Project 64 and have a look, you will be able to see it for yourselves. Each Stop and Swap item has a unique code. Like, for instance, the cyan egg is something like 0100, or in fact, let me get the article up on Cutting Moon Floor. So yes, let's take the cyan egg for example in Mad Monster Mansion. So the value of the cyan egg is 0105. So if you've collected the cyan egg in Banjo Kazooie, when the Nintendo's logo shrinks, at this point the cyan egg is registered in the game's memory. So on the coding up to now, you'd see zeros, but when this Nintendo 64 logo shrinks, the coding will change from 0 to 0105, and this shows that you have the cyan egg already collected. Oh, I actually have more jiggies here. So let's go on this save file. So I can go straight to Rusty Bucket Bay here. But yes, going back, so yes, Rune Hero was able to unlock the Ice Key text on the totals menu of Donkey Kong 64. However, it only showed the text Ice Key, and there actually was no 3D or 2D image of the Ice Key present in the game. Now, I was actually a member of the Rare Witch project. I went by the username SSJ, but I did actually find a 3D image modifier of Donkey Kong 64, but unfortunately there is no Ice Key. I checked through every string of data, and yes, there is no Ice Key image present in Donkey Kong 64. I believe it was removed within the last few months of development. And of course you have that infamous Banjo Kazooie shower looking thing or whatever it is in the beta images, of Donkey's house. And I believe it was in 2008 where people discovered a glitch in Donkey Kong 64, and there was people found a glitch in Donkey Kong 64, and the glitch actually revealed a cutscene showing the corner of Donkey Kong's house, and that corner originally had that Banjo-Kazooie shower, and then you were transported to Crystal Caves. So here we are, Rusty Bucket Bay. So I am now going to collect the red egg. Where's the captain's cabin? This isn't the captain's cabin. It's another one. But yes, so we had pretty much solid 100% proof that the Ice Key was not just obtainable in Banjo-Kazooie, but also in Donkey Kong 64 as well. And this gave us further evidence that Stop and Swap was a scrapped feature. I think this is the right room. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Now, what I find interesting about this secret egg is that it's just sitting on the bed. But I kind of feel like there's a door here that doesn't lead anywhere or do anything. And I kind of feel like maybe if they'd have had a bit more time, because Stop and Swap was implemented right at the end of development, maybe instead of the egg just showing up here, this door would have opened and revealed a new secret area. Okay, so we now have the red egg. So, Blue Hedgehog, you still don't understand why you have to raise that water level. Yes, I agree with you there. I find that part of the game a little bit frustrating, to be honest. And you all know that I don't really like Rusty Bucket Bay, the level. I think it's quite... I find it quite tedious and boring. Okay, so we now have the red egg, and what I'm going to do now is open up Click Clock Wood. So, yes, moving on then. Yes, we had 100% proof that the ice key was originally obtainable in Donkey Kong 64. We weren't sure what it would unlock, whether it be a new transformation or a new world or something, we didn't know. But it was only recently, within the last few years, where we got a definite answer. Yes, the world itself can be a pain. Rusty Bucket Bay. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's terrible, but yeah, it's not my favourite level. Definitely not. There are levels in Banjo Tooie that are better than Rusty Bucket Bay. So, yes, a few years ago, a staff member at there, and forgive me, I can't remember who the staff member was, revealed a letter that he received back in, I want to say, late 1999. Oh, no, it must have been earlier than that. Probably around, like, yeah, I want to say early 1999. So, the letter stated, and this was a letter from Nintendo, they were talking about the ice key and the stop and swap feature, and it was Nintendo essentially saying that though we appreciate your enthusiasm on the stop and swap feature, we have several concerns regarding health and safety, and we kindly ask you to remove this feature from Donkey Kong 64. However, there may be an alternate solution, for instance using cheat codes, and though it won't be the same, people will still be able to obtain the items in the other game. But yeah, for health and safety reasons, we need to kindly ask you to remove the stop and swap feature from Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64. So it was Nintendo who pulled the plugs on stop and swap, ultimately, because they had issues with health and safety, players pulling out the cartridge too quickly, possibly getting electrocuted, setting things on fire. Oh right, okay, so I need to activate the jiggy switch. Actually, what I will do is get the sandcastle code. And it was revealed in this letter also that the planned reward for obtaining the ice key in Donkey Kong 64 was a secret ending. Now, there is a secret ending in Donkey Kong 64 if you complete the game 101%, and I feel like it's that secret ending. It's just there's a different way to unlock that ending now present in the game. So here we are now, we're back in the sandcastle, and I'm going to enter the next cheat code. And there's something I want to talk about with this next egg. So this is... Oh. Now Banjo will be able to see it on Nabnut's table. Here we go, this is the yellow egg. So we need to unlock Click Clock Wood and then go to the winter season. Okay, so talking about the yellow egg very quickly, I believe that the yellow egg was intended for what used to be Conker's 12 Tails. Now, it was ultimately discovered that Rare had planned to use Stop and Swap with various different games. It wasn't just Banjo, Kazooie, Tooie and Donkey Kong 64, but a few other games as well. And we believe that the other games were Perfect Dark, Dinosaur Planet and Conker's Bad Fur Day, although it is speculated that Blast Corps may be one game as well. And the idea was you could trade all these items between various Rare games and get an ultimate reward at the end. And it was probably in Banjo-Kazooie where you got this main ultimate reward. And I find that interesting because it shows that Banjo-Kazooie remains unfinished. Well, possibly. But, yes, I'm gonna go to Click Clock Wood, but I firmly believe that the yellow egg was intended for Conker's 12 Tails because of the theme of Nabnut being a squirrel. he may possibly be related to Conker. Because Banjo, Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64 and Conker, they're all set in the same universe. So the question is, how do I activate the Jiggy Podium? I believe I go to the Click What Wood area, don't I? And press a switch. Ooh, there's a Jiggy here. So I have 7 out of 10 Jiggies in Grunty's lair. So yes, another game that may have been planned for Stop and Swap was Dinosaur Planet. And you guys have seen me stream Star Fox Adventures on my channel. Dinosaur Planet is the prototype of Star Fox Adventures, and there is a ROM of Dinosaur Planet available. However, I believe it's only about maybe 60% complete. I don't have quite enough yet to open that door. Here we go, this is the switch I need. Also as well, guys, if you look at some VHS footage of Banjo-Kazooie, there are several beta videos of Treasure Trove Cove out there, but there are a couple that actually show off Shark Food Island. Now, what I find interesting is that beta videos of Shark Food Island, there isn't actually a Shark Food Island, it is just a little rock. So this is a good shortcut. This isn't the only Stop and Swap stream I'm gonna do because there's so much to discuss. Here we go. Click, clock, wood, open. I mean, some people speculated that Fungus Forest, a planned dropped level in Banjo-Kazooie, would have originally been in this area here, but I believe they never got to that point, and Fungus Forest, maybe they thought they had too many, like, forest themes, well, jungle and forest themes and grassy kind of levels with Spiral Mountain, Mumbo's Mountain, and Click Clock Wood. Maybe they just changed their minds and thought save it for another game and let's put it in DK64. Okay, so we've opened up Click Clock Wood. Here we go, Click Clock Wood. So the purpose here isn't to collect all the jiggies in Click Clock Wood. It's to open up all the areas and get the yellow egg. So we need to get to an area and open up the winter. Yeah. That may be worth me doing a few jiggy challenges because I need to beat the save file anyway, and I've got a couple of jiggies and Rusty Bucket Bay. But yes, let me go back to the stop and swap menu. As far as obtaining the items, I do believe you were supposed to collect the items in this order. So you'd start with cyan, then collect the pink egg, then the blue egg, then the green egg, then the red egg, then the yellow egg, and the ice key would be last. And as mentioned earlier, the cyan egg wouldn't give you a prize as such, but the cyan egg would activate the stop and swap mechanism, and I have evidence to support that I'm going to show you very shortly. The main thing I need to do is find the next switch to open up the next season. I believe the switch might be right at the top. Okay, let's get this Mumbo token. Oh no. Damn. Oh well, at least I landed in water. That could have been a lot worse. Maybe try not to worry too much about that Mumbo token. So, very quickly as well, guys, what I want to talk about now is if you click on the article I showed you of the cutting room floor, if you scroll further down, the main thing that I find interesting is the fact that they state, let me just pause the game very quickly because I need to read this out from the article. So this is talking about the stop and swap mechanism, and the article states the original stop and swap mechanism is left unused in Banjo-Kazooie, but is still fully functional. On boot, the game scans all of the memory for a special 128 byte payload left behind by another game. This payload starts with the magic number 0 times C908 C52F. Contains data in the next 112 bytes, no transfer items between games, has 4 bytes of padding and ends with 2 4-byte checksums. If the magic number is present and the checksums are valid, the contents are transferred to an in-game word array and then read by the game to make the relevant stop and swap items accessible. So there we go. This article clearly states that the stop and swap mechanism is still fully functional in the game. And I do need to post a link of another video of mine, so just bear with me a moment, please. So I need to go to my videos. So when did I post this video? It was last year, wasn't it? So it will still be on my dashboard. Here we go. So here we go, guys. I'm posting a link to a video I made last year. So go ahead and check that video. So in this video I explain how I found a series of playloads in Banjo-Kazooie. that all start with this magic number that's shown on this Stop and Swap article. So, yes, I found several payloads starting C908 C52F. But after playing, I don't know anything about hacking or modding or arbitrary code execution, so I'm unable to go any further than locating these payloads in a RAM address. But there's actually quite a lot of them. There are payloads with this magic number ending in what was it again, C52F in the game's memory. And if you've got Project 64, you can check this out for yourself. But I can't do any more. It would need to take somebody who knows about hacking and modding and arbitrary code execution to be able to play around with these further. Here we go, here's the next switch. Okay, so because this is Nabnut's Table summertime, the yellow egg isn't here, it's only in the winter. Okay, so we can actually, even though I lost a life there, it's okay because I got the switch that I needed. Also as well, guys, on my channel there's another video that shows a weird secret island hidden within Treasure Trove Cove, and the only way you can access it is by a Game Shark. And on that island there's random objects like high in the air, and you just see Captain Blubber there, but there's no dialogue. Oh, actually, is the next switch in Mumbo's hut? Possibly. So, yes, these payloads are present in the game's memory, so maybe somebody who's got advanced knowledge of arbitrary code execution can play around with them. So where is this second switch now? Just need to find the switch to unlock the next season. So the switch I need must be up here. And of course you guys all know that Stop and Swap was in the Xbox 360 live arcade versions of Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie, but the rewards in Banjo Tooie were more modernised, so it was like a gamer pick, a new desktop, nothing special. And of course, I think a lot of you know about Bottle's Revenge and Banjo Tooie. I believe this had nothing to do with Stop and Swap. It was just a bonus feature in Banjo Tooie, and Rare just ran out of time to debug it. But interestingly, there is a, on the 360 dashboard reward, there is a dashboard that's got an image of Devil Bottles. Again, the camera just didn't work then the way that I wanted it to. Okay, I just need to be careful here. Sometimes the camera doesn't always work. So yeah, I do believe the yellow egg was intended for Conker. the cyan egg perfect dark, possibly, and the red egg, I'm gonna say either Blast Corps or Dinosaur Planet. And again, I'm struggling with this jump today. But what I'll do, I think I've got about 30 minutes left on this stream, guys. I'm gonna get this yellow egg, then get the ice key, and then I'll end this stream. But I do want to do more stop and swap streams. I might do one concentrating on Banjo Tooie next time. There are a couple of people in the community who I've spoken to that I would like to invite on this channel. You might be aware of who these people are. There we go, I made that, can I make these jumps now? And have I just done this stupid silly thing of going into the wrong season? So I need to go into summer, don't I? Oh well. Here we go, summer. So Croshaw, you're saying this streamer's great and one of your favourite. Well, thank you, that means a great deal. Yes, I wanted to do something a bit different this afternoon. So, I want to talk about a YouTube video that's out on there. If you type in Stop and Swap documentary, there's a YouTuber, Ben. He does a great job in going into like the entire history and lore of Stop and Swap. It's a 2-hour-long documentary, but definitely go ahead and check out that video. But I will say that Ben has actually joined my channel and joined my streams a couple of times. So we need to find the switch now in summer to open up the next season. So the question is, where is the switch? Is it at the top again? I mean, I think the mistake that I made when I tried to do this last year was using a ROM. I wasn't using the right kind of technology because I had audio issues. But Stop and Swop, seriously, I could spend hours on end talking about this feature, but I'm only here for another 30 minutes or so. Oh, actually, it's the switch. Let me just check, because there's no water, is there? I should really know where these switches are by now. Considering I played through Banjo Kazooie like a zillion times, yeah, the switch is here, so let's see. Okay, we've opened up the autumn. So in about 5 minutes time I will show you the big thing that I've discovered. So this is something I discovered a couple of years ago when playing on the original 64 version. I was playing around with the hardware, but luckily I was able to record a video and it's on my Twitter page, and I've got a link to my Twitter page open. And there's also something I want to show you in Banjo Tooie as well, which you might find very interesting. Okay, so here we are in the autumn. I just need to find the switch to open up the winter, and I don't think it's too far away. I think it's somewhere on the top here. This is why I've been on webcam. I've not been on webcam as well this afternoon. I feel like you need to see the game and hear me talk more rather than seeing me on webcam, so I can explain things a bit more clearly. So the switch isn't up there. Get the Jinjo just to be safe. I've not got worry about any evil Jinjos unlike in Banjo Tooie. I believe the switch might actually be in Mumbo's hut this time. Oh, or not. I do quite like Click Clock Wood, even though it's quite a difficult level. I do like it a lot more than Rusty Bucket Bay. It's just the jumps and the camera doesn't always... the jumps and the camera don't always work in your favour. Okay, we don't have to jump quite as much here. Just need to be careful of the bee. So there's a snap nut. Now the switch is going to be somewhere around here, I believe. Unless there's a in here. So there's an acorn here which we need to deliver to Nabnut, and I nearly said Conker by mistake. I do hope we get Donkey Kong 64 and Conker's Bad Fur Day on Nintendo Switch Online soon. Hopefully at some point this year. We need them. Otherwise I'm not gonna be satisfied. Oh, no, actually, the switch might still be at the top here. Yes, the switch is here. Okay, here we go. I've opened up the switch for the winter, and now we can go to Nabnut's house winter and obtain the yellow egg. It doesn't matter if we get game over or anything, because like I said, the goal of this stream was never to beat the game or get all the jiggies. So let's go to Nabnut's house winter and get the yellow egg, and then I will reveal what I discovered on the hardware a couple of years ago. The good thing is there is a flight pad, isn't there, so I can just fly up there, and I believe the flight pad is next to Mumbo's hut. Okay, that's not Nabnut's house. Still I thought it wasn't. Still a bit more to go. Bit higher to go. Here we go. Nabnut's house, winter. Oddly enough, there is a window at the top there, and you can't break it, but it's kind of led to believe that you can. So Nabnut's fast asleep, but there's a yellow egg here. See if there's any dialogue. Nope, no dialogue, so okay. So let's just view totals here. Okay, so I have now obtained all of the stop and swap eggs, and yes, again, I believe you were supposed to collect them in this order. So starting with the cyan egg, going to Shark Food Island, then going to Gobi's Valley and the desert, then going to Mad Monster Mansion with Logo the toilet, then going to Rusty Bucket Bay, obtaining the red egg, then going to Nabnut in the winter, obtaining the yellow egg, and I believe definitely the yellow egg was intended for Conker's Bad Fur Day, the red egg was intended for either Blast Corpse or Dinosaur Planet, the cyan egg was used to activate the stop and swap mechanism, and this is what I want to show you. Oh yes, right, you're correct. Sorry, PJ. Yeah, thank you. You can open the window with a peck attack. Yeah, yes, you're right about that. Okay, so I want to post a link to one of my videos on Twitter. So if you go and watch this video, this was a few years ago when I was playing around with the hardware on the Nintendo 64. And what I did here, I didn't have any items collected. And I started it off by using the cheat code to obtain the cyan egg. So I went to Treasure Trove Cove and said, don't you go and tell her about the secret in the cellar. And then I went to Mad Monster Mansion and obtained the cyan egg. But what I did with the hardware, pretty much straight after obtaining this cyan egg, I pulled out Banjo-Kazooie with the power switched on. Now, what normally happens is that if you pull the game with the power switched on, the console just freezes and the screen just completely freezes and you can't do anything. However, as you can see in this video, the game did not freeze. I ejected Banjo-Kazooie with the power switched on, and instead of freezing, the screen actually went to a black screen. And this is a possible indication that I got some of the stop and swap mechanism functional in the game. However, I didn't have an expansion pack, so I couldn't test it properly with Donkey Kong 64. It could be just a glitch, it could be just a coincidence, but I find it interesting to this day. And I will now go and get the ice key. Okay, so I can exit Click Clock Wood and go back to Treasure Trove Cove. So again, yeah, when I ejected Banjo-Kazooie at the time and it went to a black screen, that is a clear indication that it was the right time to insert another game. But it literally has to be within seconds of collecting the egg. So now going back to Treasure Trove Cove and the sandcastle. And here we are back in the sandcastle. Now we enter the word cheat. And this is now you can see a nice ice key which you can have for free. Which you can have for free. Here we go. We can now get the ice key. So yes, once again, if you want to watch that Twitter video, again, could be just a coincidence, could be just a glitch, but I found it very interesting. It's just a shame I didn't have an expansion pack. The game I should have tested it on is Donkey Kong 64, but I didn't have the expansion pack. And if you look on my Twitter pages as well, I will discuss this in the next Stop and Swap stream. There's a glitch with Banjo Kazooie where if you turn Banjo Kazooie off and insert Banjo Tooie within a certain amount of time, a very glitchy version of Banjo Tooie's intro loads and you can't get past the intro sequence. But again, it could be just a glitch and just a coincidence. Okay, let's go and get the ice key. There's also a game shark code that unlocks a weird piece of music when you're around the entrance to Freeze Easy Peak. It just might have been a beta track. And it's not the Advent music. Okay, here's an ice key. We ought to keep it till later, but as we all know by now, the ice key doesn't do anything in Banjo Kazooie. So yeah, this is the stop and swap menu. Again, I'm pretty sure you were supposed to obtain the ice key last originally, and it would unlock a reward in Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie, and Donkey Kong 64. But yes, this is the end of my stop and swap stream for this afternoon, guys. Thank you to everybody who's joined. I'm glad you enjoyed this brochure. I wanted to do something a little bit different this afternoon. Thank you to Blue Hedgehog and PJ as well for joining the stream, and thank you to anybody else who might have stopped by. But yes, this is only the beginning of my big stop and swap sort of project. I mean, I am going to do more stop and swap related streams in the future. I'm just not sure when, maybe next Sunday. But thank you to everybody. I will be back later this afternoon with my Sunday roundup video, and I'm thinking tonight I might host some online matches on Mario Kart 8 tonight. I did an online stream of Smash Brothers on Friday night, so I think tonight I might stream Mario Kart 8 online and play against you guys. So that's my plan for tonight. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the continued support, and I hope to see you again very soon. Okay, thanks guys. See you soon.